Hi teacher, well I'm going to present you my summary which I did about the material that you gave us, evaluating ELT materials and adaptive materials. Well, first of all I want to say something about the introduction. I think it's very important because I'm going to read this which I underlined here in the article. The ability to evaluate teaching materials effectively is very important professional activity for all English as a foreign language EFL teachers. Well, I consider this beginning very important because it's true to evaluate and adaptate teaching materials. It's an activity very important for us as a teachers because in this article they suggest a model which is based on the view that is useful for us as a teacher to perform an external evaluation of materials, first of all, in order to gain an overview of the organizational principles involved. And other things I consider very important is this. The point 3.2, the context of evaluation. It says, let us look at the why we need to evaluate materials in the first place. And why? It's probably reasonable to assume that there are very few teachers who don't use published course materials at some stage. But what happened with these teachers? I'm going to explain to you, teacher. Here in the article, I learned this, that there are teachers that don't use materials, but what is worse, don't evaluate and don't adaptate materials in their teaching career. So, other notes which I write is that here in Mexico there are not many materials at school, or teacher doesn't have many options to buy materials. Therefore, the teachers have to design their material. For example, in my case, I am working in a place which is named Tlachichilco. There, in that place, there are no technology. So I have to create my materials and adaptate this material to my students. So talking about teaching materials, it has certain levels, or would probably say it's possible. But using materials, it's very important, because the students with the materials understand better. But what I want to say in a similar way is that all the materials that we're going to use, that we're going to evaluate and that we are going to create and adaptate, has to be based in something very important, in the student's needs. If a teacher uses a material only because he thinks it's good, but without did a diagnostics about the learning needs of her or his students, it's very incorrect to do that. So all the materials that we evaluate and adaptate have to be in concordance with the students' necessities, with the learning students' necessities. So other things about this summary is about adapting teaching materials. Well, adapting materials, when we adapting materials, these materials have to be adapted to the class according with the level, according with the skills, and according with the class environment. So, and the class size. The number of students is very important to adapt materials. And adapting materials increases students' motivation and make the topics clear to understand and contribute to an easy learning style. I think this is very important. To evaluate materials, we have to take in count some criteria, like it says in the material. And to adapt the materials, it must be based on the learning students' necessities. So this is my summary. Sorry, teacher, I feel really tired. You don't know how is my week. It's not justification, but I feel really tired. I got 3 days that I have been working a lot, and whatever, I'm doing the effort to study this professional career because I love it. But to be honest, I don't have time to read in a deep way this reading, but I think that I understood the general issue. So bye, teacher. See you. We are in touch.